Good evening, everyone. I'm getting ready to go get the geese. They are way out on the field again. Because why would they make my life easy, right? So let's find us some goosies. The reason why it looks really orange over here is because we have this orange security light. Well, not orange, but just kind of what it looks like right now. But we have a security light that illuminates our yard. Hey, BBs. And it helps deter predators, both human and animal kind. So we kind of like it. Are you confused? I don't know. Does he look confused? All right, let me turn you guys around. Let's see. Turn on the flashlight for you guys so y'all can see the geese because it's you guys are here, right? Come on, Pitbird. Come on, Goofies. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. So to plan tonight is to get these little goose gaggle from over here all the way over there where you see that trampoline that's wrapped in that orange netting. Yeah. And they are not in the mood to go to bed tonight, as you can tell. So let's see what we can do, eh? Hello. So, first things first, anybody who's watching, this is kind of a disclaimer I've been starting to put in all my lives. Um, is that, hey, pretty bird, shush, my goodness. For anybody who's watching who doesn't know us, it's kind of a disclaimer I've been putting out there for my lives, is that the Canada geese that you see on my property are mine. I have acquired them legally. I have the proper documentation and paperwork to prove it. And you cannot ever take wild Canada geese from the wild under any circumstance and keep them unless you are a rehabber or a sanctuary, meaning that you have federal permits or documentation that allows you to do so. And the only way that even those people can keep them are they have their own restrictions, meaning that the only way they can keep those animals are if they are not able to be rehabilitated back out into the wild. So just keep that in mind. My Canada geese are legal. They are domestically bred. They're not wild Canada geese. I have the documentation to prove it. I have to have that documentation federally because if a warden shows up on my property, I have to be able to show it and be able to prove that these animals were not stolen and kidnapped from the wild. Anyways, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get these little boogers to bed. Turn on the flashlight. There they are. These are all my babies. Not all of them. I've got 4 more. But those 4 are looking for a home, and they've been separated out of flock for multiple reasons. Um, right there, that little itty bitty one is not a baby. Her name is Squirt because she's a little squirt of a goose. Hey, poor bird. Be nice to the kitty. Um, but Squirt is a tiny little cackling goose, actually. She is about 2 years old, and she'll yeah, she's an absolute sweetheart. She has the biggest personality, even though she's tiny. Super cute. And come on, Layla, let's go night night. Come on. Pre-Bert will follow you to the end of the world, so let's go. Come on, let's go. You are a pretty lady, so I can't blame him. Let's go, guys. Come on, Squirt. I love you, little tiny squawks. Hey, Squirt. Hey, hey, Squirt. Hi, Squirt. Uh-uh-uh. Come on, babies. Everybody, let's go. Come on. Let's go. Let's go, Bubba's. Let's go. Let's go get your treats. Come on. Mama's got treats over there for you. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Let's go, everybody. As you guys can see, Canada geese are not these horrible monsters that they're made out to be. Cobra chickens can be nice. This is a real thing. These animals have their own individual personalities, just like any other animal out there in the world. And the way that I like to describe hand-raised geese to make it to really simplify it. So remember, this is very simplified to kind of describe how they are, is that they can be loyal like a dog, but moody like a cat. Okay? So these animals will be very loyal if they're imprinted on you. You see the moth? Look at her staring at the moth. She's like, hey, what's that? You guys see the moths? Let's go, babies. Come on. Let's go night night. Um, they can understand words. Pretty bird. Pretty bird. Pretty bird. Pretty bird. Do you want num nums? Do you want cucumber? Pretty bird want cucumber? Let's go get your cucumber. Let's go. Let's go get your num nums. Ready to go get your num nums? That's Pretty Bird right there with that massive white patch on his cheek. He's a hybrid Canada. Um, Basically, it means that he is mixed between a Canada goose and a domestic goose. Like a regular farm goose is what a domestic goose is. These right here, the Canada geese, when they're in captivity, they're considered exotic birds, usually is how they're referred to. And then my little cackling is one of the exotic ones as well. For animals like that, like I said, you cannot take them from the wild. You have to have a proper like source for them. Like you can't just go to your local pond or lake and just take them. You cannot take their eggs. All of those actions would be a federal offense, meaning that you would be breaking federal law. These animals are federally protected, so please do not keep them. Don't raise them yourself. Even if you find them and they need your help, you can't just keep them for a couple of months and release them. And the reason why you can't just do that without knowing how to, like actually having training and legally being allowed to, like these people have actual training to know how to do it, is because they actually will imprint on you. And the imprint is something that lasts for life. So when you raise these babies by hand throughout the first hours, days, and weeks of their lives, or whenever they're young, whenever they're babies, they were imprint on whatever being they see as a parent. And that person in that case, or, in nature would be the parent, um, will actually, so in nature, when they have their parent, sorry, trying to get my thoughts together here. In nature, where they have their parents with them, the parents will continue to raise them for an entire year. So for a whole year, these babies are like technically still goslings. Even though within about 2 months they're fully grown or mostly grown, they're actually babies and still learning and still very much attached to their parent for an entire first year of their life. So when a human raises them up and they get to that 2 month mark and they're flying by the time they're 2.5 months old and they release them, they're quite literally abandoning them. At that point, you've domesticated this animal. You might as well be taking a dog out to a field and letting him loose and go, well, he's related to wolves, so therefore he's fine. He'll be able to, attach to a pack and do just fine. Like chances are he's going to starve, he's going to struggle, he's going to get sick, and he's going to die at some point a horrible death. Um, Same thing with bunnies or any other domestic animal, even a wild animal. Like if you take in a wild bunny and you raise it up and you're providing food and shelter and safety and water, guess what? They will have never learned to do it on their own. And their chances of survival in the wild goes down significantly. So that's why I'm always telling you guys that even if you see a baby in the wild and it needs help, I'm not saying don't help it. Help it. I'm telling you to help it. 100% help the baby. But, or help the injured animal. Always help them, yes. But as soon as possible, literally on the spot if you can, contact a wildlife rehabber, and ask them hey, is this a situation where I should intervene? Is this animal actually abandoned? Should I take it home? Should I just watch it and wait for you to come here? Should I give it food? Should I give it water? What does it eat? A big misconception, a huge mistake people make is to feed waterfowl, like geese and ducks, bread. It's not good for them. It doesn't have any nutritional value. And if anything, it actually causes the babies to get a really, really bad condition called angel wing. Angel wing can also be caused genetically, but scientists believe, or biologists, whatever, believe that uh, it has an impact on their nutritional intake, which can affect their bone strength, which turns their wings inside out because they become heavy from the feather growth, which causes them to have a wing deformity, and that's when you see kind of their feathers sticking out on both sides or on one side, and they look kind of funky and they don't usually fly. They have angel wing, and y'all can Google it if you're curious, and they will never be able to fly. And I'm not sure whether it's painful, but it's a really bad thing for them not to be able to fly because if they don't have a home like what I'm providing here, where they have shelter, food, you know, and fresh water and everything else, then they are stuck in that situation. Obi, I'll take you out in a minute. Then they're stuck in that situation, and wait, and they will struggle really badly because their entire gaggle, their entire flock will have to leave. And hi, the Bus Cloth House. Thanks for joining. um, they'll basically be stuck, and their entire flock will leave. The whole gaggle will fly away, and they'll have to be stuck because these are migratory birds, and migratory birds are relying on their ability to fly to move about the country, um, to get to better food source locations and to get to nesting spots and all the other stuff. And the animals that can't fly along with the flock, it really creates an issue for them. And they are often dependent on human intervention to help them survive throughout the winter. Um, it's kind of messed up. But the whole point I'm trying to make is that there's more to it when it comes to geese, especially the wild Canada geese. They are beautiful animals. They are individuals just like any other animal. And they are actually very amazing. Hey, Squirt. What you doing, mamas? Isn't she just the cutest thing since sliced bread? Look at her. She's literally smaller than a duck, guys. Smaller than a duck. You gonna go to bed already? Good girl. Go get the best parts of the food. You go ahead, mama. Hey, Squirt. It's so cute. Ah, just the cutest thing ever, isn't she? Pretty bird, come get your num nums. Come, good bird. You coming? Come on, pretty bird. He knows exactly what num nums are. And he knows his name, too. See how he's stretching his head up and coming over? Come on. That's excitement right here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Sorry. Oh, baby. Going in, buddies. Come on, baby. Come. Come on. Good bird. Come on, pretty bird. Come on. Lefty pants. Most of my birds are hand raised and imprinted on me. And that's why I can do this easily. And I know each of their personalities and how they'll behave towards me. Come on, everybody. Let's go. Go on. Let's go in. Go on, Layla. You go in with your kid. Let's go. Hey, mama. Hey, babies. Hey, babies. Mm, 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 mm. These guys are actually technically still goslings. These guys are less than a year old. They were hatched this May. And they actually, another great, amazing thing about Canada geese is that they actually mate for life, guys. So in the domestic goose world, so this would be a domestic goose mix, and this would be a pure Canada goose, a regular Canada goose. There are different varieties, like that little cackling I showed at the beginning of the live. That's a cackling. The cackling is a subspecies of the Canada goose. That's why she looks so much like them. And see, in the wild goose world, geese actually mate for life. And they can actually have a pretty long lifespan. It can range 20 plus years. And there's a lot of amazing things about geese a lot of people don't know. For an example, geese can actually fly upside down if they want to, and they can sleep while they're flying. Canada geese can fly exceptionally far within a very short period of time. Hey, Pepper, be nice. I promise they're not starving. I just have almost completely scratch in here, which is basically like their favorite thing. Anyway, and I give them treats at night. When they go to bed, they get another food bowl, food in the evenings. Now that the temperatures are dropping at night, because a full belly really does help them stay warmer at night. If you guys want to help your local geese or your local ducks this winter, please do not feed them bread. Bread will not help them. It'll fill their belly and make them sick. Okay? Like just don't do bread. Okay? I know it's an old thing. I know it's been done forever. It can make them very, very sick. Just think about how quickly bread in a warm, moist environment starts to develop mold. Well, geese and ducks, they have something called a crop. And when they eat their food, it's kind of like a second stomach in a way, or like a holding place. Like they eat and it fills up this area, their crop, which is actually on their chest. So this area right here, there's actually an area where there's a crop. And that fills up with the food that they're eating. And then from the crop, things get moved along into their actual digestive system, their stomach and everything else. So if bread is sitting there and they're warm, they have higher body temperatures than us. We're talking like 102 degrees. And if they, let's go, Pibbert, night time. Come on, buddy. Pibbert is the most feisty of all of them. Let's go. Come on, buddy. You too, mamas. Come on. Come over here. Come on, let's go. Go on, babies. Y'all be nice to Littlefoot. Go on, Littlefoot. Hi, Peach. Hi, baby. No, wait. Hold on. No, you're Ducky. Hi, Ducky. I'm sorry I mixed you up. Hi, Ducky. Your plumage changed, baby. Yeah. There you go, Ducky. But if y'all want to help your local geese and ducks this winter, and y'all want to help them stay warm when there's like a flash freeze, or it's snowing a whole lot, or it's hitting them negative degrees, or whatever it is, feed them chicken scratch, okay? So chicken scratch is one way you can help them stay warm, or literally just cracked corn. And it's real cheap to buy that stuff from the feed store, guys. Like, y'all are gonna spend like $2, $3 on a loaf of bread nowadays. It's like $10 for a 50 pound of like cracked corn, like if that. So y'all can get like a 10 pound bag for like $5. You know what I mean? Or for like $3. Like y'all can find some really good deals out there. And it when their crops are full and their bellies are full, it actually helps them stay warm longer and easier and better. And it's the best way to help them out in the wintertime. Another way you can help out geese is through bringing them some greens. So for an example, a great treat for geese would be kale, collard greens, broccoli, cucumbers, mustard greens. Um, Now, not iceberg letters, not iceberg lettuce. Iceberg does not have really anything for them. It's pretty much like giving them water. It's more like, if anything, it's more like kind of like candy-ish, but without any negative, I guess. It just doesn't have any real purpose for them. So it's kind of pointless to give them iceberg lettuce. But let's go. Come on. No, we're not gonna go play now. No, no, it's night time. Let's go. Dino. Dino. Come on, night time. Dino. Let's go. Thank you, Dino. Come on, babies. Come on, mamas. Good girl. Dino. You are such a mischief. Let's go, Dino. Come on, Dino. Go on. Dino. 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 Dino is my daughter's goose. She raised that one up all by herself. And it's a very well-behaved goose. Here's one of the kittens on our land. Hi, babies. Here you go, Dino. You want num-nums? You want num-nums? Dino want num-nums? There you go, Dino. Num-num-num-num-num. Num-num-num. Babies. Come here, babies. Mm-mm-mm. Come on, babies. Hi, babies. Getting in the water. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Layla is another domestic goose. She is a American buff. She's a heritage breed. Absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. She's a purebred. I did get her as an adult. She was 2 years old when I got her, and I will have had her for 1 year this February. She already gave us babies. So that goose that you see behind her is actually one of her babies from this year. And then Dino right here is another one of her babies. Dino is actually the smallest one of her babies, and we have a slight suspicion that it might be possible that that really tall one over there, Pretty Bird, might be Dino's daddy, but we're not sure. We don't really know for sure. So it's one of those things where there's just some things that make us think there's a possibility that he could be the dad. Just because Dino's very different from all the other babies that Layla had. Right, Dino? Yes, Dino? Yes, yes, yes. Hey, babies. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm. Come on, babies. You're not hungry anymore? Hey, Dino. I'm gonna have to go get Blue. Blue. Mama needs to go get Blue. Blue didn't get in. Here, go, Dino. Dino, here. Stay in there. Stay inside. Hi, mamas. Come on. Oh, that's Charlie. Hey, Charlie. What happened? So Charlie does not really like being touched much. Blue doesn't like being touched. Dino, you are such an escapist. Stop it. Stop it. Dino. No, Dino. Come on. Get back in there. I'm trying to get Charlie in. Let's go, Charlie. I know you are such a mischief. Get your butt back in it. Go on. Go. Get your little feathered butt back in there. I'm telling you guys, geese are mischiefs. They're very mischievous. They're very stubborn. They're literally like cats or like a very, very smart dog. Like, just, they understand a lot more than you think they do. Um, for an example, when a goose mates for life and they lose their mate and their mate is killed, and they've been together for a certain amount of years or whatever. Um, the goose that is the surviving mate will spend an extended period of time often mourning. Generally, they will mourn their mate. And in some cases, they will mourn their mate so much that they will fall into a depression and basically will starve to their own demise. Um, in some other cases, the mother or father goose will continue staying alive and taking care of their babies. If their babies are if they have babies and they lose their mate while they have babies, they will continue raising their babies on their own, will continue to stay alive until their babies are old enough to be on their own, and at that point they will then allow themselves to pass away. Um, it is something that has been often seen, documented with Canada geese, and like I said, they're exceptionally loyal. My thing, so for an example, my youngest goslings, my youngest geese, which are the ones that are less than a year old, the Canada geese, they've actually flown on this property. They flew a couple months ago, and they flew in big circles, including Squirt. She actually flew away, and we couldn't find her for about 2 hours. And I had to trim their feathers to keep them from flying. And the reason I kept them from flying is because we're down in Texas, and Canada geese are commonly hunted in the U.S. And I don't want somebody shooting my geese thinking that it's just a wild flock. Yes, you can get a permit to hunt Canada geese. It is a legal thing you can do during certain times of the year, but of course you have to go through the proper, you know, proper steps to be allowed to do so. But I don't want to risk that. I don't want to risk them getting lost or risk, at mostly, I don't want to risk them going somewhere where somebody's going to have the right to kill or hurt them. Because of that, I trim one of their flight feathers, one of their wings. It does not hurt them. And but the reason why I'm bringing up that they've flown before is actually because since they know that I provide food, shelter to them, and because this is their home, they actually come back. They actually flew circles over the property and then landed again because they see us as their home. We are where they live. We are their safety, their home. They're attached to us. And then Squirt, after 2 hours, returned to us. We actually believe that because her wing was already trimmed when she did this. So with Squirt, we actually believe that there may have been a hawk or an eagle that may have tried to get her, and she flew off in a moment of panic, and that's why she didn't return for 2 hours. But when she did return, everything was okay. She was completely fine. And again, keep in mind, this is an animal that could have stayed away, right? She's got the instincts and everything. She could have stayed out there, but she came back home because she knows that this is the place where her flock is. This is the place where she's safe. And even though she might like being touched by humans, she still knows that her humans will take care of her and that she can trust us to care for her. If you guys watch closely, this goose right here, that's kind of somewhat got its foot picked up just a tiny bit. Right here, the one that's fully on the picture right up front, the closest one. Watch its eye. The really cool thing about Canada geese is even though their plumage around their eyes is all black, their eyelids are white. So when they close their eyes, see, their eyelids are white. That goose has its eye closed right now. How cool is that? Isn't that cute? It's almost like they got white eyeshadow. But I think it's the cutest thing. Mm, mm, mm. Oh, Dino, you're so spoiled. It's so spoiled. It's my daughter's goose, so this one is like very spoiled. Hey, me. I'm sorry I can't translate your message right now, but welcome to the channel. I only speak German and English. If you can write either one of those languages, I can read it. Deutsch or English? German or English? Mm-mm. Hey, Layla. Layla. Hi, Layla. So whenever I say hi, Layla, in a certain way, she always exclaims, like she always answers, which is like the funniest, cutest thing. Look at that. How cute. All snuggled up, ready to go to sleep. This sound, the twirling that they do, it's actually something they're doing mostly because they're still babies. That's why these guys are still very high pitched. When they get older, their voice actually gets much deeper and it's more like a low grunting sound that they'll make. And then, of course, the very unique "aw" that you hear usually Canada geese make when they fly overhead. Um, but they actually spent most of their time making moans and grunts, is what you call it. So low tones is how they conversate with each other most of the time. The loud ones that you keep hearing in the background, those are actually domestic geese. Are you dying here? No? Okay. All right. I'm going to put that out for the other ones. Night night, Dino. Night night, babies. You'll be good, okay? We'll see you tomorrow morning, okay? Night night, babies. No, Dino, it's night night time. Yeah, the door's closing, exactly. Good girl, Dino. Lack of shot. Release the domestics. The dog along with my janitor. You guys done yet? 10 o'clock at night. Hey! Mm-mm. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for tonight. I'm going to go ahead and get my stuff together. Probably take Obi for, well, not probably. Gotta take Obi for a walk and get myself to bed too. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing the geese tonight. And hopefully, anybody who stopped by who maybe had a negative opinion of geese, maybe now it's a little bit different and can see that they can be nice as well. All right. Y'all have a good night.